Welcome to LIFITV at the Leeds International Festival of Ideas, where we've just come out of a fascinating panel, Can Mums Have It All? Here with us tonight, Claire Warren, aka My Kind of Mum, off of the internet. Very popular. Annie Price and Joeli Brearley as well. Thank you so much for joining us on LIFITV.
Very welcome. I don't think we have much choice, I'll be honest.
No, yes, yeah. Well, look, you said you wanted it all, and this is part of the. This is part of the all. You've changed your mind. Now, can mums have it all? I mean, it was a great discussion, I thought, for a number of reasons. But one of them was that everybody had a different. It wasn't just sort of like a yes they can, no they can't, no they can't. Everybody had a slightly different answer to it.
I really liked that.
Yeah,
I really liked that. I didn't think it would be so different. Like, I absolutely disagreed with quite a few things, and I was like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
Which for me, that makes it way more entertaining, like circus.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point. And the lady at the end said about community. I was like, yeah, this is what it's all about. Let us disagree. You know, it's nice to hear everyone's point of view. I do believe that we can have it all. But as I said, I'm an eternal optimist, and I want to hit the ground running. I want to know that I could win, even if there's no chance. Don't tell me I'm going to fail. It's like saying, oh, do you really want that? No chance, mate.
Yeah.
Just tell me, yeah. You can. It would be nice to be tempered to say you've got to be you've got to come at it from an individual point of view. What do you actually want? But it's hard.
Yeah. You're the first panel to have come out from yours and come into LIFITV with glasses of wine in hand, which I'm really...
We were told that we were encouraged.
Oh, you had... Well, again, you wanted it all, and the wine was...
We're allowed. We're trying to have it all. You need the wine.
We've been allowed out for
We're free.
So, yeah.
The part of Leeds International Festival of Ideas is having discussions and having disagreements, but with civility. We were talking about this just last night on LIFITV, and we've had... other panels, we had Sally Wainwright talking about Riot Women, which was, a lot of focus on the menopause and the perimenopause. We talked about Who Rules the World, and we talked about where have all the good men gone, so there's sort of some heated things to sort of discuss here. Do you think, Joeli, that having these discussions in person, in a room with other people, rather than sort of bashing social media with messaging, is an important thing to be doing?
Hell yes.
Does it shift the dial?
Yeah. I mean, we've spent so long disagreeing on social media, haven't we? And social media is not a place to have a decent conversation. You've got to look in the whites of somebody's eyes, I think, to be able to disagree agreeably. And I think we've kind of lost the art of disagreeing agreeably because of social media. So having events like this is so important.
You must get the same thing online that I mean, we're in sort of very different fields in terms of our online output, but the thing that I get as a comedian is people pretending to not get the joke. And we play a game. It's almost.
Are they pretending?
How dare you?
How very dare you?
They can say the joke isn't funny, but there's a definite thing that you get on the internet where removal of nuance. I think when you take that to its nth degree, it's a removal of that you can pretend to misunderstand somebody, just to have an argument.
Absolutely, and just looking to get offended.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's where my followers always pull people to parts when they come in all serious. I've done, a tongue-in-cheek, take of the nursery parent relationship or something, and it's tongue-in-cheek, it's satirical, and someone will always come in going, actually, just choosing to be offended, and I just sit back and watch my followers going, it's a joke, it's satire, she's being light-hearted, chill out. Oh, I bet you're fun at parties, and they take them to pieces, and I think, all right, we just
let that go on.
Yeah, it's just set. Yeah,
you don't want to feel like you've put any darkness out into the world, do you? But I do know that we did a sketch once, and the joke was that cyclists were going to split off and create a master race with Jeremy Vine as their lord and master.
Oh my God, that's so...
That is funny.
Jeremy Vine loved it, by the way. He shared it, started putting his cabinet together. But the replies we got of people saying, you want cyclists to die.
No, that's what I said. You say one thing and then they say something else. I'm like... That's not what's just happened.
Yes.
That's not what's happened at all.
That's not what was. Yeah.
And it doesn't actually upset me. Never upsets me on an Instagram. Like, I don't mind. It was more that I was just like, or I'd say something as a joke. I'm like the signature English, being self-deprecating, and they're like, oh, don't worry, believe in yourself. I'm like, no, I was just It was a joke.
Yes,
It usually wasn't a good one.
Calm
No one
down,
cares. But
calm down. Yeah.
yeah, and it's that kind of having to like reiterate
Yeah.
everything.
It's not
and I was
worth your
like,
energy. It's
no.
not worth your energy.
So I think, as you say, like actually being together.
Yes.
You just have to learn that you've just got to be yourself and keep putting out the things that you think are true and that matter. And people are going to disagree with you. Otherwise, you're not saying anything interesting.
Yeah, but you get it.
Well,
all the-
yes, exactly.
important. You
If
get it all the
everybody's like,
time.
Great. Then, like,
I just want everyone to get along, guys.
I'm like that. Deep down, I am like that. Although I'm not sure if it's just I want a slightly easier life. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm failing there.
Yeah.
And I do just need to just say the truth and keep going.
Did it feel quite cathartic in the room tonight? I got a sort of a sense of that. And in fact, I walked past 3 ladies who were waiting in the bar just after, and I was making my way down here while you were obviously topping up your glasses. And
I don't know. Judgment. It's like judgment. Though.
sorry, that did sound a bit judgmental.
I just feel judged.
So I'm fragmenting this whole conversation now, and I apologise. But they were saying, oh, do you know, it was so good to hear somebody else say that.
Oh, good.
I've sort of felt like that,
that's
I could feel like
That's
that was
wonderful.
happening
that
in the
is
room.
what it's about.
It's like a buzz.
That is
Yeah.
what it's about.
just spent so long, mothers have, like my mother says she never talked to anybody about the challenges that she was experiencing because there wasn't social media, there wasn't this outlet to be able to say, this is really fucking hard. Am I allowed to swear?
Yes.
Great.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm just going to say yes.
They're just so people kept it to themselves and put a brave face on and off they went. Whereas only just it's very recent that we've started talking about how difficult it is, and there are brave people like Claire that say things in a very matter-of-fact way and get the backlash for it, because that backlash still absolutely exists because we're so ingrained with these cultural norms about how mothers should behave. And so there are a bunch of women that are pushing back against that narrative of what the perfect mother is, getting crap for it. But it's so comforting as someone that's been through that crap and done it alone to go, oh God, you went through that too, and you hated your child for a period of time and thought they were a dick.
Yes.
Like I've thought that a lot, and
Exactly.
you know it just makes you feel human.
It's
and normal.
extremely cathartic, and it's, you know, every time I get a message or a comment from somebody saying, this made me feel so seen, and I've been going through a really difficult phase and I've really felt very alone, and you've made me feel seen and heard today. They're thanking me, but every time they do that, I'm so grateful to them because it makes me feel normal too. You know, and you grow in confidence and you realise, oh God, we're all struggling. This is really hard for everybody, and not just mums, dads as well. You know, they're struggling too, and it's parenting just as a whole is tough.
Yeah.
And you know, when I talk to my stepmom about it, for example, she says, oh well, we just got on with it. I think, cool. How's that worked out for you?
I think it's important though to say that it's not so much what people say, it's the fact that people are willing to be, and I have and this is definitely just me being probably a bit bratish, a disdain for this word, but vulnerable and open. That's the thing that I connect with, and that's the bit that I like. I like someone to tell me it is, because if I'm honest, there's a lot of things in the mum culture I don't agree with at all. In my heart, my soul, mentally, logically, just does not sit at all. But what I do always enjoy is someone coming out there and being like, this is how I'm feeling. And it's true. I like the truth.
Yes.
I enjoy that. Because that says, oh, am I welcome too? Can I come out there too? Can I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
I love that
absolutely.
shit too.
And it's the
Don't
truth
agree with
of
your shit, but
connectivity and the
yeah,
community.
I do think that's the important thing. And that the lady that said about community, for me, that's what community is. Like, I don't love a clan. I don't love that whole, we're all in it together, let's all bitch about this thing. I'm like, no, but can we just, I'm not a bitch, I'm not going to bitch. It's not who I am. Can we just be together and say this is difficult and share tips, and then also maybe drink too much or not, or just be together? You know what I mean? Like, I want to have that love, that feel like, I just want to put my hand out and say like, is someone else there?
Yeah.
Is that okay if I speak?
Did you feel like that though when you had babies? Did you feel like you had that somebody to put your hand out to?
I did, yeah, because I was really lucky in that again, my husband and my friend say, Annie, you grab crumbs and think they're like golden pieces. So I think I'll probably say my wins, and people are like, oh mate, clutching at straws there, that's not that great. So I feel like it's going to be one of those moments I'm going to say something and people are going to be like, oh, bless you. You broke a little fuck up.
Oh,
But so I didn't have family around my Wales, they're far away, and that's not boohoo, it's just, it's what it was. And I actually, I see how this is going to come out badly. I had a terrible time with the breastfeeding. My daughter basically was underfed. 6 weeks, she was below birth weight. It was terrible. It was through COVID, so it was 24-hour. I had to do feeding every 2.5 hours. And as you know, it's that game of breastfeed and then do the expressing. So it's basically up through the 24-hour period. So I basically put myself into depression. Literally drove it in for over 6 months. It was horrendous. But I felt supported because they had a children's centre in my local, in Weybridge, and she sat down and she literally took my boob and you know what I mean? For me, that was probably only 5 minutes of attention that I got there, but it really helped. As I'm saying it now, that does sound like I'm clutching at straws.
A lot of that's gone. Show us that sentence.
My friends ruined that for me. I remember saying it, feeling really hell. They're like, no, that's not.
those are the big things.
Terrible.
Just somebody giving.
That's what I mean. So the children. This is why I'm
something. Any support.
Anything.
Yeah.
The children's centre was huge.
Yeah.
It would have also been great if the midwife had specified it hurts for 30 seconds, not for, she said, a short period of time. So in my head, I was like, I'll commit to 3 months of pain. And she's like, why have you continued? You're literally she said to me, because I meant 3 months.
Right.
She goes, I meant 3 minutes, not 3 months. I was like, you didn't say that. You didn't say that huge bit of information. But so for me, I felt supported because having the children's centres and things like that was good. But no, I think
you've perfectly articulated how fucking lonely motherhood is, and that by talking about the support that you had and pinpointing it to a nurse who helped you to breastfeed, and that was your definition of support.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, but she did
Sorry,
good, and it was busy.
I don't want to make you depressed.
No, but do you know what? It's through COVID, and you could tell when she came, and she was so busy. This is the problem as well for me. I understand when people want to say there's no support, but people forget. Even when I was saying it earlier, this is the time that I'm being too honest, and I know. But people say, "Where's the support?" I'm like, it's a business, or someone's got to do that. It's very easy to say, "I need this, I need that." Who's going to deliver it? It costs money.
No, I mean friendship.
Where do we get that?
Sorry, it's not totally gone off on a
That's fine. I'm not going to interrupt.
Oh, fine. No, but I just do feel that it's a common thread. Everyone says, "Oh, we need this, we need that." I'm like, great. Are you going to do it? Because who?
Yeah.
It's a very now thing. Unfortunately, especially for us, we say this is what we need, but who? Because even
we have to find a better way to do it. I mean, this is all
absolutely. I'm not saying no.
The complete lack of village. It's all part of the fact that our brains essentially are at about the level of living in caves and eating berries. That's where our brain is at, but the society that we're actually putting it in is not that at all.
Absolutely.
Same with mental overwhelm. Constant sources of information coming at you all the time. Our brains and bodies are not actually really designed to live in this sort of setup, and that includes support. So what that midwife nurse did for you would have been, if you were living in a cave with your tribe, any number of other women in the cave, and there would have been wet nurses on.
I really
there would have been age mates there to look after. We're just not. We've evolved far too fast for our bodies to catch up.
You can see how it's not meant to be like that.
No,
exactly. It shouldn't even be just grandparents. It should be, you do need those aunties, you need those women.
Yeah.
This is why I said we're missing a trick of church. And I said that earlier. I wanted that to, be a documentary.
Whichever way it is, church, community, family, whatever, you need something around you.
And
unfortunately, the way that we've gone with our society is not offering us that anymore. So if it feels hard, that's because it really is, because we're in a system.
Yeah, but but how do we do it? Because I do feel like it's just we do go straight in for the kill and say, you've not done X. That was one very valid question in the audience that came up. She said, what about, why haven't you done the single women talk? And I was like, excellent question. But it's you can't always cater for everyone.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody's got.
Well, it's another event for Leeds International Festival of Ideas, isn't it? So it's all ideas for us. And what I liked about being in the room was the feeling of support that felt like you were getting on almost every question, and to each other as well. And I have to say, as a man in there, and I'm going to attempt to be sincere here for a moment, which is not my default mode, so it'll probably sound really twee, but I honestly felt that within the space of 60 minutes, I understood my wife better took a step forward in that than I have done probably in the last 10 years.
That's amazing.
So my eldest is 12 years old, so, and I just think there was something that I went, my brain sort of did that over the course of about 60 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's the power of these conversations, I think.
But something sorry to just butt in there, something we didn't touch upon too much, but that I really wanted to talk about actually was the support for men in this change that we're going through as well. And I'm speaking from experience here in that our personal situation was my partner and I were both made redundant at the same time. He didn't want to continue in his current line of work that he was doing and just find another job in that. So I said, I'm going to go all in on the content creation. And it obviously took off and was very successful. That enabled him to not have to go out and get another job. And he became a stay-at-home dad for a lot of the time. But as a man that was born in 1970, he went through a whole crisis of, I feel useless. I'm not providing for my family. He even said, what's the point of me? What's the point of my life? And I said to him, do you feel like that about women that are being stay-at-home mums? Do you feel like, what's the point of you? You're a useless person. You're a purposeless person. And he said, no. And I said, can you see the narrative that's coming out here? But actually it enabled him to spend a significantly larger amount of time with his children and has developed a wonderful relationship with them as a result. But what I witnessed was somebody born in that generation attempting to see the value in being a stay-at-home dad. And it made me realise, as a mother of a son, I need to bring him up to see everything as equal. All of the jobs that need doing in the house are not pink and blue jobs. They're just jobs. And if they need doing, then get them done. And if you end up with a woman that's earning more than you for a while and it gives you the opportunity to retrain or learn a different skill or just be a dad or be a dad, for example.
Edit.
Yeah, not just, exactly. And that's the narrative that we need to change, not just for empowering women, but also empowering men to release themselves from this provider mentality. And that's going to help both genders, I think, moving forward.
Well, I feel like we could talk for so long about this, but we shan't, because we all have homes to go to. I just wanted to ask a very final quick question of each of you, and that was why you wanted to be part of the Leeds International Festival of Ideas. What drew you to it?
It's an in-person event. It's in Leeds. Hey.
Good accent.
Leeds. And I live down the road, so that's nice. And always going to London for events. Boring, really, like a northern event. Loved who was on the panel. And I love this conversation. I love having women in the room who are also mothers and opening up the box so you can have honest, vulnerable conversations about the challenge of being a mother, because I've done it a few times and I've seen women fall apart in front of me and cry and be elated at the same time that they can finally just say all the things that have been going on in their brain for so long. And I think it's just it's so important that we keep having those types of conversations. So, I thank you for Leeds International Festival for having the courage to put on a conversation about mums, because not many festivals would have the bravery to do that.
Great. Annie, why did you want to be part of it?
It was about mums, and my mum is one of the best people I've ever known. She adopted me, picked up a crazy little mess, allowed me to live as happy. I'm very, very grateful. Her views put on me, and I feel like I need to pass on the things that she gave me, and share my experience. I don't believe that I'm more correct than anyone else, but it definitely needs to be heard because it's very different to other people.
And Claire?
Yeah, I mean, talking about these things is literally what I do every day anyway. Doing it live is slightly more nerve-wracking than standing in my kitchen pre-recording comedy sketches, for sure. But the more we talk about these topics, exactly as Joeli said, the better. I firmly believe that the only way to overcome these challenges is by talking about them, sharing our experiences and coming up with solutions together, really. So the fact that you guys are prepared to put this on a stage as part of a festival of ideas is very important. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you to the three of you for joining us. we'll go to the bar, shall we?
Absolutely.
Good idea.
Yes.
Thank you for watching LIFITV. There is much more on the website. Just search for Leeds International Festival of Ideas.